But in the meanwhile, people do need to understand that horrible as those events are, and nothing I'm saying again, I repeat, justifies it. At the same time, it did not begin on October the 7th. And there is information that people owe it to themselves to discover, is information from Israeli and Palestinian sources. May I mention some of them now?
Please.
Yeah. In terms of Israeli histories, begin with this book called The Birth of Israel, Myths and Realities by Simha Flapan. Simha Flapan was a lifelong kibbutz member. He was a Zionist. He fought in the 48 war. He was the head of the Mapam Party's Arab Affairs branch. And long ago, he wrote this book where he pointed out that the things that many people believe about the birth of Israel was not the way it happened, that the 47-48 war was not the way it's presented in the official Israeli and pro-Zionist histories. You can begin with Simha Flapan.
And we'll put the names of everything that we discuss in the description of the video.
I'm sorry, say it again.
We'll put the names of everything that we discussed in the description of the video for people to access.
Then there's the modern Israeli historian Ilan Pappé. He's got a book called A History of Modern Palestine. You could check that out. As a Palestinian source for Palestinian history, you could read Rashid Khalidi's The 100 Years' War against 100 Years' War on Palestine, A History of Settler Colonialism. Wonderful book. Very objective and in no way anti-Jewish. You can read Ilan Pappé's The Ethnic Cleansing of Palestine that describes what really happened in 1907, 1948. You can read the magnificent Norman Finkelstein's book, Gaza, an inquest into its martyrdom, published in 2018. You can watch Norman Finkelstein's interviews with Chris Hedges in the last couple of weeks. You can watch Norman Finkelstein's interview with Michaela Peterson just in the last couple of days on YouTube. Again, a succinct, learned, very measured account of the history of Gaza, which, as I may have mentioned before, the Israeli sociologist Baruch Kimmerling has called the world's largest concentration camp. These people that committed the atrocities on October the 7th were born and grew up in the world's largest concentration camps, where repeatedly they've been massacred and deprived and oppressed. And none of this justifies it again, but I'm telling you, if we're going to move forward on this, we have to be able to understand not just our own emotional reactions, but also the emotions and the circumstances that fuel those emotions of the other side.
Thanks.